Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to my melon and pumpkin farm tutorial. So, this is a voiceover, so hopefully I can get it to match. This is my 16 by 16 melon and pumpkin farm. And it's a very easy farm to build. It fits in a one chunk area really well, and it can be built in pretty much any size you want. So, I split it up into sections to make it easier to see. So this is the piston and observer layout, and it's just a basic checkerboard using regular pistons and observers. Then you have the 16 by 16 farmland, and that's going to be the same. You use a checkerboard for the farmland with the seeds or the stems underneath the observers. And what happens, so as the stem grows, it will trigger the observer. When a pumpkin or melon grow, the observer triggers the piston and it breaks the pumpkin or melon. As you can see, I'm talking about the stem change. Okay. So when you hold on, come on. There you go. So with bone meal, if you bone meal the seed or the stem, you can see the observer triggering the pistons. So the water sources for the 16 by 16 are 4 blocks plus 1, so 5 blocks from the corner, and it allows all of the farmland to be hydrated. And then we have the minecart loading or pickup system, which is just your basic powered rails and regular rails, and a minecart hopper. Alright, so now I'm going to build you a 8x8 to show you how to build the exact farm. So you want to go up 5 blocks and you want to grab your observers and your pistons. And you want to put pistons starting out, and then what I do is I mark out the 8x8 and I fill it in with whatever blocks. I'm using grass blocks in this case. Alright, Now once that's done, what you do is you go in and you break every other block, creating your checkerboard and making it easier to place all of your pistons. Now the pistons you want to place from the bottom, and the observers you'll want to place from the top. That way the observer is looking down. So you just fill in all the spaces with your regular pistons. And then you break all of the regular blocks. Alright, then once you're done with that, you get up on top and you put in all of your observers. You go one block down from, you skip one block, and then you want to put in your water source. So I counted out 5 blocks from the corner, and I made a square with nothing in the middle, and then you can grab a stair, you throw that in there. You can grab your water bucket and waterlog that stair. That allows all of the farmland in the 8x8 area to stay hydrated. And then... Alright, so don't do what I did. The first take of this, I put the seeds in the wrong places. So this is me fixing that by tilling all of the grass blocks and putting the seeds in the right place. So you want the seeds, this is super important, to be under the observer. And you can see when I put it in the right spot, it triggers the pistons. Super important. If you don't do this right, the pistons, so the stems will fully grow, and when the melon or pumpkin grows, the piston will fire, but it will break the stem, essentially breaking the farm. So don't do what I did the first time. But once you have put all your seeds in for your stems, you can either wait for them to grow naturally, or you can use bone meal. Either way, if you don't have all of the seeds, you can always add the seeds as you get melons or pumpkins and just shear the the pumpkins to get more seeds or convert the melons into seeds. That you need to do is you need to add lighting. And there's multiple ways to do it. You can add it just on the corners. You can add it all the way around like I did with the 16 by 16. That is completely up to you and honestly based on what your resources are. You can have one block in between the edge of the farm and the wall, and you can just add torches. I mean, there's all kinds of ways. Whatever you do, do not put, unless you break the piston, specifically on the 8x8, make sure whatever block is above it, if you put it in the middle, it's not a piston. Otherwise, when one of the seeds grows next to it, the piston will trigger it and it will break the farm. It'll push the light down into the stair and the water will go away and then your farm will not have water. So here I just build a basic rail system for the collection. And 8x8 isn't as resource intense, but it does put out a decent amount. So this would be a great farm if you're just getting going in regards to villager trading and you just need some pumpkins and melons to, get going. This would be a great farm. You can use powered rails for the entire thing with regular rails for the turnaround spots. I just do it this way because that's what I'm used to doing. Now, once you get to the end, what you want to do is you want to dig out a small area, and I would recommend a bigger storage than this, but you want to grab your chest and you want to place down a double chest, and then you want to grab your comparator, your redstone torch, a single piece of redstone, and a hopper. You put the hopper into the double chest and add a powered rail on top of it. And you take a block and you add your comparator reading the output of the hopper. Put a block in front of it with a redstone torch on top of it, a block on top of that, and a block next to the redstone torch, and then a piece of redstone on top. And that will power when there isn't anything in the hopper. It will power that rail. And then to power the rest of the rails, you just dig underneath. And you can kind of check. And then you just add, I use redstone torches. You can use levers. You can use redstone blocks. You can basically power it any way you want. And then all you gotta do is add your minecart with hopper. And don't forget, you'll see that I forgot to do this, don't forget to power the rail on the other side of the farm. You'll see exactly what I mean here in just a second when I look up. You can see that it stopped. And don't forget to replace the rail if you had to break it. And that is the farm complete. When you look, you can see, it's offloading right there. And just in that little time, we had 10 pumpkins and 48 melon slices. And it is a very efficient little farm. Alternating, you can do all pumpkins, you can do all melons, whatever you need for resources. Now, if you look just in the amount of time that I was building that 8x8, stack and a half of pumpkins and 9 and a bit worth of melon slices. It's not bad. You AFK overnight, you build this farm, you do whatever, you run around, you're building your base, you come back, it's been running the whole time, you got a lot of pumpkins. So, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you want to stay tuned for more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to check out my SubiCraft series. Have a good one.